everyone and welcome back to our Crybaby Whims challenge, and this is a very special episode. Well, it's not even an episode, it's a cast video of a Rose post-transition makeover, and I'm just so excited to share that with you because this is just so exciting. You probably all know, but in case you don't know, you probably should go catch up first, but you probably know that they've had their top surgery at the end of the last episode, and they've also, as far as the mod is concerned that I'm using for this, have finished their HRT, and that caused their body frame to change from feminine to masculine, which was such a huge moment, which I did almost completely miss because it really took me by surprise in the last episode. But now it's time for their big makeover, and it is a really big makeover, and I was debating whether I should just include it during one of the episodes or maybe even stream it to share it with you, but I decided to just have it be in like a separate little video like this and do it in my own time and my own pace, which is really good because it gave me a bit of time to think about some little details, and I really like how their makeover turned out. But yeah, as I said, it's a really big makeover and it is like a really huge change. They almost look like a completely new sim, but I did my best to keep them as looking as similar as possible, so it's not too jarring, but I am aware that it kind of is. It's really unfortunate I couldn't do a lot of the changes kind of gradually. I did try to add some little bits here and there, but as I said, the change of the body frames actually completely surprised me. I thought it would take a lot longer, so I wanted to take the changes to be kind of slow, and then I kind of messed up because it just kind of happened literally in like a split second. But yeah, I gave them like a bit of facial hair and everything, so they do look quite different, but I'm really happy with how they look. It is a little bit unfortunate that I feel like I had to rush their transition quite a bit, because I was trying to rush it because I'm still trying to keep up with all the storyline bits that I have planned, and them coming out as trans really surprised me because it wasn't something that I planned whatsoever. I always knew that I wanted Rose's storyline to involve a lot of exploration of their sexuality for sure, and maybe a bit of gender identity, but when they came out as trans, I was really surprised by it and I wasn't really sure how to approach it. I'm really glad that it happened though, because their journey to get to this point was quite inspiring, and it was happening in a really interesting point of their life where a lot of things have changed, and them also like physically changing. It's really tying things together so well, much better than if it didn't happen actually. So yeah, I'm just glad that this happened, but it did surprise me, and some elements of the gameplay of their transition were quite clumsy because they were so improvised. At this point, I don't even know what I'm saying, so let me just go back to what I did here in cast. So I did change some things about their face, like I did a completely new, I think, cheek preset to have their face be a little bit chiseled, but I tried to not to move things like too much, but some things probably would change like a little bit, so I don't mind their face looking a little bit different. And I also took their father Edward as a point of reference as well when I was changing things around, so it still kind of makes sense. And when it comes to their fashion, I did also give them a lot of new clothing. I did initially want to keep a lot of the things that they had already, but it kind of didn't really look right, and most of the things that they had were still on the feminine frame, and now that they have switched frames, might as well just dress them in masculine clothing because that's something that they want anyway. But it was kind of hard to style them, not gonna lie. I'm just not good at styling male sims. I always dress them really similarly, always like business or business casual, just throw that on and call it a day. I have like no distinct styles for my male sims, so this was really hard, but luckily kind of fits Rose's style anyway, so I'm not upset about it. But they don't really like stand out when it comes to all my other sims, which was a bit of a concern because I didn't want to accidentally give them like the same outfit that, for example, Valentino has, because he has a really similar style, and even Elliot for a bit. I think that the first top that I gave them here for their everyday look, I realized that Elliot actually has, so I changed it at the very end and stuff like that. And even an outfit that they do have, I think their second everyday outfit is actually really similar to what Zik is wearing, one of their friends, so it's a bit of a mess, but still I like what they're wearing, and and it is still similar to their old style, so I hope that you like it as well. Maybe I'll change it up a little bit later, give them some nicer outfit as well, because I still need to download like a lot of CC. I feel like I still have like nothing for masculine frames, although I had like a really big CC haul relatively recently for them. I still feel like it's just not a lot. It's really giving me nothing. So I need to definitely change up my collection and expand it by a lot. But while I'm here, I want to talk about also the future of the series. I feel like this is a really fitting place because I talked about this stuff mainly in community posts. I don't think I really mentioned this during actual episodes, and I feel like everyone who's watching the series will probably watch this video as well, so I might as well tell you here. So this generation, Rose generation, is actually going to be the last generation. I'm not going to be continuing this legacy up until like generation 10 like it's meant to be, because I just don't really want to. That's the thing. I'm not really feeling any of the upcoming generations. I've read all the rules and I just really don't like them. Some of them have some interesting stuff happening, but most of it I'm just not really feeling. Honestly, generation 1 is super iconic in my mind. Generation 2 and 3, I really love what I did with them, and now generation 4 is kind of like tying together everything that happened previously and just wrapping it up and it all being over in my mind. So that's just kind of how it's gonna be. I will not be continuing to generation 5, and this is the final generation. It's not that the series is cancelled. I'm gonna be finishing Rose's story. I have still a lot of things planned and I'm really excited for them. But yeah, there's not gonna be generation 5. Rose will have a child at one point because that's in one of the rules, but will not be moving on. And that's probably something that I'll do just in general when it comes to my gameplay, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. It's not really time right now. But I just wanted to say, so you're not like shocked later when I just like randomly mention it during episodes, that this is actually the final generation. And I hope that you're not too upset about it, but it's for the better, I think. But anyway, I really hope that you enjoyed Rose Makeover and that you're excited to see the rest of their story. I think that maybe next episode they'll be able to do bottom surgery, so their transition is going to be completely like finished, but I'm not totally sure. I think that their recovery from top surgery takes a couple of days, so we'll see what happens. But if you do want to see what happens, you can click right here to watch the next episode, and if the next episode is not out yet, here is something else to watch while you wait. See you there!